Water Gun. It's the most basic water-type attack that pretty much every water-type Pokemon can learn. Except for maybe Bubble, but nobody cares about Bubble. And in Gen 1, we get a very simple animation where 3 water droplets just kinda fall out of the sky. And honestly, this is not the best attack animation in Gen 1. It kinda just looks like there's some gentle rain on the screen, and not like a water gun attack. Also, it's available as a TM in Gen 1 and only in Gen 1, so that's pretty weird. But in Gen 2, we do get a slight upgrade here where the gentle rain is at least a projectile of sorts, but we're still working with a pretty light drizzle here, so we haven't quite nailed it just yet. But we do get another slight upgrade here in Gen 3 where we now have a little blob of water as the projectile which splashes into another underwhelming light drizzle, but we are getting closer. Now, Generation 4 gives us a full stream of water like somebody finally turned on the tap, but unfortunately we're having some water pressure issues here because it's a pretty weak stream. But luckily, Generation 5 fixes that with a nice strong direct water gun attack. Unfortunately, we're back to the blobs again instead of a nice healthy stream, so we're getting close, but we're not quite there just yet. But once we hit the 3D era with Gen 6, we finally get a nice full stream of water being shot towards the opponent in a way that actually looks like a water gun attack. Now, Gen 7 gives us a very similar animation, which makes me think that they're probably just going to stick with this same animation from now on. But then Gen 8 throws us a curveball here by going back to a single blob of water that looks a little bit too much like our old friend Bubble for my liking, so I'm not convinced that this is actually an upgrade. But I think Gen 9 strikes a nice balance here with a single jet of water that is not quite a blob and not quite a stream, but almost like a bullet, which I think is very fitting for an attack named